This is the most delicious scent this brand has ever released. The gourmand lovers, y'all are gonna go crazy for this one. For those who don't know me, my name is Alyssa, curator of all things fabulous and fragrant, and today we're going to be talking about a highly anticipated fragrance release. I have the latest scent from the 7 Virtues called Buttercream Haze, and it is unlike anything the brand has ever created. Not to say they don't make gourmands, because they definitely do, but something this mouth-watering, edible, and delicious. So your top notes are going to be buttercream icing, rum, cosmos petals, and lemon zest. Then in the middle you have some maple cream, fluffy pancake accord, and toasted caramel swirl. And then in the base is creamy sandalwood, cashmere musk, and tonka bean. Kind of surprised there's no vanilla, but it probably doesn't need it. So enough about the notes. How does it smell? Give us the tea, Alyssa. This is very much giving buttercream icing, but lemon buttercream icing specifically. And you get that immediately in the first spray, as soon as you give a little spritz and it hits your skin. And it is strong. We're talking about fresh out the jar of icing strong. Like if you've ever smelled icing fresh out of the canister, you know that thing is strong. As it settles in, it's not as icing heavy. You then get the fluffiness of the cake, right? That's why I think they included that pancake accord in there instead of a cake batter. I'm actually glad it's not a cake batter. I think it would be too much with everything else is going on between the buttercream icing and the caramel. Like, it would just be way too much. So you have the icing in the opening, then you get the cakiness, the fluffiness, then you get the caramel and the maple cream. Now it doesn't smell too syrupy. I know that's a concern for people when they hear maple in a fragrance. They're like, is this syrupy? Is this giving pancakes or waffles? And it's not. Hey y'all, it's Editing Alyssa here, and there's just 2 quick updates that I wanted to provide on this fragrance as I've been wearing it and living in it a little bit more. First is that I had said that there's no vanilla in here, but there actually is. I received this fragrance in PR, and when I looked in the PR box, it had all the notes and vanilla was not listed. However, I follow the founder Barb on social media, and she had mentioned that there was whipped vanilla in the dry down. So I did just want to give that quick correction there. There's vanilla in here and you could totally smell it. I don't know why I said, oh, that makes sense that there's no vanilla. It's just that with all of the other notes like the caramel and the maple, the buttercream, the lemon, there's so much happening. Vanilla can kind of get lost in the sauce, but definitely a hint of it. The second thing that I wanted to mention is that I did not emphasize the maple in this scent enough. Whenever you hear maple, people automatically think of syrup and pancakes. And for me, it doesn't give pancakes, but because of the maple and how intense the maple is in this fragrance, I can totally see how you can get that pancake waffle syrup vibe from this fragrance. So I don't want to discount or dismiss that at all. The maple in this fragrance is very strong. If you do not like maple, you are not going to like this because, honey, it's intense. It's as intense as the lemon buttercream icing that you're really getting in this scent, but the intensity of it does come down after a little while. I just showered about an hour ago, so I've had this on my skin about an hour, and initially I got so much of that maple, but now I'm not really getting a ton of it. So given that I'm dedicating this full video to this scent, I want to make sure y'all are getting my full thoughts with me really living in this scent and noting how it changes on my skin as I'm wearing it. So 1, she has vanilla. Number 2, there's a lot of maple in this that can lean a little bit pancakes and syrup, but for me, it's all buttercream icing and delicious sweet caramel cake. But let's get back to the video. In summary, y'all, this is giving a fluffy, soft, moist cake with a lemon buttercream icing and caramel drizzle on top. That is exactly what this fragrance smells like. Like literally, you see the cake on the bottle. It's exactly what this smells like. It's sweet, it's indulgent, it's giving dessert. This is a yummy gourmand, y'all. I don't want to say that I'm shocked that they put this out here. If you're not familiar with the 7 Virtues, their scents are ones that are typically a little bit heavier with florals, with fruity notes, right? Like I said, they've done gourmands before, but primarily with a lot of natural, fruity, floral notes. All very unique, all very fun. They literally have something for everyone. If you like coconut, they have Coconut Sun. If you like cherry, they have Cherry Ambition. If you like vanilla, they have 3 different types of vanilla scents. They have a sugary, sweet, lychee scent, literally something for everyone's taste. But based on those scents, you kind of have a sense of the types of fragrances they create. And ones that are so indulgent and dessert-like are not scents they typically create. And y'all, I love this. As one of their first ones, I love this so much. I'm not saying they need a full line of dessert fragrances, but I would not mind seeing a couple more of these here and there. It doesn't need to be every year. To throw something like this at us, I love it so much. In terms of the intensity of this, I would say in the opening is when it's most intense. You can argue that's the case for most fragrances. It does die down a little bit, but not too much. It's not like it goes from something that's so loud to a whisper. People are definitely going to smell you for sure. You're still going to get that cakiness, the sweetness, the buttercream, especially in the dry down. In terms of longevity, scents from the 7 Virtues do last you some time. I put this on my skin a couple of hours before I went to bed, and when I woke up in the morning, I could still smell this. So this was on my skin for at least 12 hours before I got into the shower. But that's the 7 Virtues. Their fragrances just typically last a very long time. And I think it's because of the high oil concentration that they include in every fragrance. I was extremely excited when I first saw them teasing this out. When I got this in the mail, I ripped that box open, y'all. And it is everything and more that I've wanted from a buttercream fragrance. There was another buttercream fragrance that came out a little bit earlier in the year, or maybe last year, and it was okay. But this is exactly what I wanted. It is so fabulous. It smells amazing. It is $94. I love that 7 Virtues fragrances are under the $100 mark. It does look like this is going to be a Sephora exclusive. It should be on shelves, so I would highly, highly recommend that you go smell this in person. I do think they'll also have some travel sizes available, but y'all, if you love buttercream, if you love icing, a cakey, indulgent dessert fragrance, you're going to eat this up and you're gonna smell so edible. Like, I am so passionate about this fragrance. I just got this in the mail, but I am so passionate about this. Oh, it smells amazing. 7 Virtues, they did their big one with this scent. But y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. Is this something that you're gonna go smell? Is this your speed? Is this something you're going to pick up? Let's definitely discuss more. And if you like content like this, you love talking about fragrances, luxury, handbags, plus size fashion, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.